Hiya! Before things get started, want to let you all know this is actually a game that my friends and I streamed a couple months ago, and I was not quite up to snuff at that point. So there's going to be some audio jank and my avatar covering up the dice roller in these first few videos. That'll be fixed after the first stream's footage is done, but yeah. So this is going to be a campaign in the system Errant Challenger, which is made by my friend Folks. Link to the system is in the doobly-doo. And yeah, so with that out of the way, I hope you all enjoy part 1 of Errant Challenger, Abandoned Island. Alrighty. So, hello everyone. How are you all doing tonight?
I've been dealing with leprosy.
Of course you have. And how's that going for you? Have you lost your eyeball yet? Has your flesh started melting?
Sorry, you misunderstand. This is a guy named Leprosy. He has a knife.
Oh, okay. Well then, I hope you survive. So, yeah, this is the thing that I've been hyping up on all my other streams. This is Errant Challenger Abandoned Island. Just to give a little bit of an introduction, Errant Challenger is a tabletop RPG system that has been developed by my friend Alex, who's actually one of the players here.
Glad to be here.
And the other player is my brother, that's Skat the Goblin. Although, oddly enough, not playing a goblin this time. Shame.
No, look, I can't always be playing a goblin.
You could be if you weren't a coward.
Ink?
Yeah,
Do you
whatever.
know the amount of goblins I've played? Do you understand the amount of goblins I've played? You would not understand.
I'm just saying. You had an opportunity. There's an interesting thing that happens when someone's job becomes their identity. It changes them, and there's no doubt about it. It changes others' perceptions of them. It also changes how people help them, including after that someone is gone. In this story, we will discuss that change and see how it affects the world, but more specifically, the lives of a dog and a frog. Or maybe, if you prefer, a frog and a dog. Either way, they are on a boat, following a dangerous person, trying to escape with a very dangerous item. This is the story of Errant Challenger, Abandoned Island. Cool. How are you doing today?
Miserable as hell.
Yeah? How do you feel knowing that someone knows where you hid the chest?
Not great, but considering who it is, I think it was a fine trade.
Yeah? Leading up to this, when you came into the gang, did you ever think that you would be in this situation? Down a tongue and on a ship, being thrown away like yesterday's trash?
No, but I mean, I knew it was a possibility.
Yeah.
Mostly just hoping I would have been dead before something like that happens.
Fair enough. And, would you mind telling me, why aren't you dead? What are you so good at that kept you from getting killed?
Kill him mostly,
Kill it?
but also keeping my mouth shut when I need to.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, that And, of course, being the frog of the story, pretty good at, hopping out of things. Of course, now you aren't necessarily able to do one of the other major things of the frogs. At least not without a little bit of adaptation. What is your adaptation?
My bloody whip.
Your bloody whip. I certainly hope you cleaned it off after last night.
Well, technically, I didn't use it last night. That was a stealth mission.
Yeah, you're right. You used
the
the
takedown
dagger.
was done with the dagger.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's been retconned to be a main gouge.
Yeah, the main gouge with that broken sword that you have. Wonder where that came from. Either way, I have another question. Did you tell Meatball about the chest and about the person who found you with it? Well, not even found you, but found the chest.
Nope.
I think he wouldn't have said anything at all.
That makes sense. Now, let's introduce Meatball. Hey, Meatball.
Ooh.
How are you doing this morning?
This morning, Meatball definitely woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He is not exactly used to the sway of sleeping on a boat. And as a result of being so out of balance, that translated into his dream. He did not get the ball this time.
And by not
By the
getting
way, the stream just went to be back soon.
Yes, I'm fixing something. That, of course, the jank is always happening. Anyway, yeah, unfortunately...
Wouldn't be a first episode of the stream without a little bit of scuff.
Of course not. But yeah, something that, yeah, of course you didn't get the ball this time. Just an unfortunate situation. But, still. You had something else that happened in your dream. Something prophetic. You saw that shining blue star again, even when your eyes were closed. And with it came three smells. I will ask you which one you want to remember. 1, the smell of your enemy. 2, the smell of your goal. And 3, the smell of your obstacle.
Considering Meatball, he doesn't exactly think his way through situations all too well, so he's definitely going to be going for goal.
The goal. The smell of the goal. Well, that's a fairly easy scent, and interesting one too. You see, the scent that you get and the scent that you remember is one of leather, old glue, and sawdust, heavily washed and refined. It's a book. A very, very old book, and you know exactly where it is. You also have the hints of another scent on your nose. Something to the east. Something very, very far away. Something that you haven't really been around to smell before. It's a new one. Interesting. Would you mind describing some basics about yourself as you get up and go about your day?
Meatball He slumps out of bed, still a little bit groggy. Wipes his face of just covered in the slobber from a messy night of sleep. He gets up out of bed and slides on his little armored jacket. He is small, but and despite his usual large, shall we say, girthy size that usually fills this jacket, well, it's starting to be a little bit looser now that he's on a boat.
Yeah, not much sticking to your stomach and swaying land underneath your feet. You can head up to the deck. Maybe see if you can get some food.
All right. Making the way to the chow hall and trying to see if there is something that Meatball can scrounge up as leftovers from the breakfast, considering he's likely slept in again.
Yeah. You notice Ka'ul sitting melancholy. Would you mind describing him for me? What you see Ka'ul as?
Ka'ul is Meatball's, I would say master, but it would be more apt to say caretaker. Ka'ul is a small, green-skinned, little warty fellow who is a bit downtrodden considering he lost what is important to him.
Yeah. An unfortunate situation. Hey, Ka'ul. You see Meatball coming on up. Would you mind describing him for me?
Ka'ul sees him basically as a lounge lizard. He spent enough time with him to know that he isn't just all that, but he hasn't done anything too major to prove otherwise. Kind of sees him as an annoyance, but also as a needed tool.
That makes sense. So, what did you have for breakfast, and is it still being served?
Well, given the situation, it is a good chance that Meatball is eating whatever is left over from the morning breakfast. So, and Cool, if I'm not mistaken, does wake up at a reasonable hour. So, Cool, what did you eat? And Meatball will have whatever the leftover side dish is of that.
I think Cool would have actually probably grabbed 2 plates.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He knows that Meatball isn't going to get up on time. So, figures, you know what, again, because we're basically PCs as enemy territory, he needs Meatball at tip-top shape if he's going to act as backup. Actually, he probably just got a simple, like, dried, what is it? Something like a jerky.
Fair enough.
And he just had that small meal. And then for Meatball, he probably had a more full plate of stuff.
Definitely had a full plate, but to call it stuff would be an overestimate.
Yeah.
Actually, what Kahul gets a lot of is water.
Fair enough.
Are you
Being
smoking
a
right now?
A frog folk, you definitely need to hydrate up your skin every day.
Yeah. I actually can I fill a bottle of water? Like, can I have like a flask to fill water up with?
Sure. We'll count that as one of your bulk that you have.
Yeah.
One of your miscellaneous bulk.
I think that's the last miscellaneous bulk.
Really? I thought you had only used one.
Oh no, the flare was something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if you wanted, you could try and barter with one of the shipmen to get one.
Yeah, I don't think he trusts anybody enough to try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, enemy territory.
Yeah. Speaking of enemies, do you have any idea who Rakea is here? Or where Rakea could be?
Makea is the person we're after, the torturer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The torturer that was from that other party, that the other gang that had been a double agent in yours for a while. Before he slipped off with that magic book.
He doesn't have unless he can recognize them on sight, he's not going to rely on an assumption. He's not going to create an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't see him right in front of him, he's not going to assume that they are Rakea.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still going to treat them equally as a threat.
Makes sense. No one is safe, and nowhere is safe here. Your thoughts are interrupted by a certain someone emerging. Oops, wrong person. You get out of here. Stop existing. By a certain someone emerging from the VIP hold. The VIP's room. He's not nearly as, well, shit-faced drunk as you had previously seen him. Or, well, maybe shit-faced hungover. Either way, he's going over to the side. By the way, you should have full control of your pogs. Would you mind double-checking that for me?
Yep.
Push?
Yep.
No. I'm good.
He gives you a strange look and gestures you over.
Can I just roll an insight on this?
Ooh, you have treats? And Meatball just waltzes on up.
Yeah, give me a deduction.
Oh yeah. Insight has been banished to the interrealm.
Yeah. Give us the first roll of the stream.
Sorry, I was just checking what my bonus was again, and
13.
Are you
19.
rolling your deduction?
Yes, that is my deduction.
Oh no, I'm not talking to you. You've already made your bed.
Yeah, I've made my bed. It's made of fire.
Roll20 does not like you. Anyway, actually, that's very mid overall. So I'm not going to penalize you too hard. He wants to talk to you about something that is strange to him.
Okay. I guess he'll head over. But he'll probably... He'll probably stick about right here. What do you want? Sorry, what do you want?
Oh. Oh my goodness, the dog. Yes,
treats?
hello. No, I don't have treats. I mean, like, none that would be good for a dog, I suppose. Oh no. Here, you know what? I have a little bit of my breakfast left over. And he throws, something. It flies through the air.
Meatball has no idea what it is, but it has gotten his attention. He will chase after it.
Yeah, you know what? We'll count that as a projectile, and you instantly rush over and snatch it out of the air. It is the
question.
core of an apple.
Okay. I was gonna ask two questions. One, are Canaans able to eat chocolate? And two, was that chocolate?
I have a question.
No, it was the core of an apple. And
Yeah.
considering the lore behind canids, the answer to the former would also be a no.
Well,
Okay, fantastic.
I also have a question for you all. Have you two ever been wealthy enough to have chocolate?
Nope.
Meatball probably has been wealthy enough, but never got chocolate for obvious reasons.
Fair enough.
I don't think Cahool. I think Cahool lives a modest life, but I don't think he gets paid a whole lot, so probably not.
Not anymore, at least.
By the way, Ink, I made a character info token. If you can size that up so the audience can refer to it.
Character info, where is that? Ah, thank you. Yes. Meatball.
And
Canid Artificer.
so yeah, wherever
Yeah.
there's just like space on the screen.
But yeah, and cool. That makes sense. I mean, you still do have your vices. I have a question for you. How many days of what is it called? Tobacco did you originally pack?
Probably just a few days.
Just a few days?
Yeah, he didn't.
Okay.
He has as much as he got as much as he can get, but that's only like a few days.
That'll be an issue. You remember how long the captain projected the ship ride would be? It's fairly long. Couple months. Still.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you staring over into space like that? Weird ass eyes. I asked you a question. What were you doing down there? The alpha's staring at you.
What were you doing down there?
I was looking for my trunk
Wait.
because I had a headache.
Real quick, Ink.
Yeah.
We decided that he knows where the trunk is. Not that I knew.
Oh, yes,
not
you're
that I was
right.
there.
He knows where the
It's
trunk
way
is.
around. So,
That's right. Hey. Why are you here? What the hell brought you on this ship?
work. No more, no less.
Work, huh? You don't look like a male trader to me. You look a little small for it.
say I was here for that. Put simply, I'm not exactly welcome back at. I'm not exactly getting anything back at the. Where are we coming from?
You're coming from the town of Saluro.
Unfortunately, you don't know. Unfortunately, I wasn't getting any work at Saluro. Figured it was a good. It was good to change location, get away from the history. And I recommend you can back the hell off.
Oh, really? Okay. I suppose I can. Still. Strange how you came here. You and the dog, both. Just showing up in the middle of the night. Papers in hand.
Yeah. The dockmaster was a fucking drunk. Didn't get our papers done on time. We gotta convince him.
Dockmaster. I know him. He is a bit of a drunkard. But he knows what he's doing about paperwork. So...
Well, clearly not from my experience.
He's surveying you. He's studying you closely. Hey. You're wearing a very similar cloak to someone who's already on the ship. Looks kind of like a uniform. Would you know this person?
Sorry. What is he referring to?
You don't really have an idea of that.
Okay, can I roll a deduction on that?
Yeah.
See what he's playing now.
While you're doing that, and you, dog,
Yes.
I know you can talk. Why?
Meatball nods.
Why are you here? Obviously, you're not the frog's whatever pet. Dressed too well for that. Dressed better than him. So what's going on?
Cool is the one that takes care of me. Where he goes, I go.
I don't believe you.
That is 100% the truth.
Yeah. Would you mind giving me a deduction? At advantage,
By the way,
Meatball.
I got a 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you all the information once Meatball gives.
Okay.
Okay. So Meatball, what you realize is that you smell alcohol and something else a little bit leafier on his breath. And
Your breath
Kaul.
stinks.
And Kaul.
Meatball just straight up says it.
Makes sense. Cool. There was someone. You don't know who he's referring to, but you do realize. You do remember that last night there was someone at the table who slipped away very quickly. Actually, it was the person that you followed down into the hold.
Yeah.
They had a cloak that you recognized. Press sinks.
The cloak.
Yeah, fair enough. That happens on the ships. Either way, I don't like you. I don't like either of you. This reeks of a problem. Already had something go missing. Already had it go to the wrong place. It was away from where it was supposed to be. I'll be telling the captain about
Oh,
this.
did something go missing? I can find it.
I don't think you will. Either way, we're done talking. And he walks off to talk to the captain. What do you all think of that interaction? Oh, what are you looking? What are you trying to do?
That is a self deduction to whether or not Meatball realizes that's the guy.
That's the guy? What is the guy in your eyes?
The guy we're looking for.
The guy you're looking for.
By the way, that
Yeah. Yes?
that's a role to determine how I'm going to be playing Meatball, not necessarily for like mechanical benefits.
Gotcha.
Meatball just looks over at Cool's like, hey, it sounds like that guy lost his stuff. Maybe we should find it for him.
I would think he'd be thankful for it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
In fact, I recommend we steer clear from the situation. We should totally protect him over it.
By the way, Ink,
Mm-hmm.
can you put a link to the itch page in the stream description?
Sure, I can do that. Just give me a couple minutes.
All right.
But yeah, I suppose as you go, throughout the day, you're gonna have a bunch of the workers go around you, and just this one says, "Hey, we need you two off the main deck. There's gonna be high winds, and we don't want you blown away. Also, there's just gonna be a lot of activity, and we just prefer not to have you all in the way. Can you go down to the barracks or the hold or whatever?"
Oh, activity? You mean like fun and games?
Not in the way, no.
No, we go down.
I'm just imagining, Cool grabs Meatball by the collar and just drags him down to the hold.
Yeah.
Yep.
The hold is down this way, right?
So it's that big hole in the middle. You just hop down.
Oh.
And we'll
Okay.
head down to the barracks. So this is the second level.
Yep.
There's Meatball, and then there's...
Oh, we both down here so fast.
Yep.
I posted a link in the stream chat.
Ah, thank you. I will add it to the description in a moment.
Alrighty.
Where are you, Kaul? Here you are, Kaul. There we go. Alright, and do you have control over your characters?
Nope.
Okay, fixing that.
I have control over mine.
Okay, I'm just making sure you have the nameplate. Okay, there's this. Yeah, so there are a couple of just other folks that are around and down here, not really doing much. But, well, they're here. They're traders, they're workers. Honestly, this seems to be just the quiet part, but the ship starts just listing left and right very widely. And then you see something else. Someone comes out of the hold and just starts looking, gazing at every single person around. I'll just tell you right now, you make it for a while.
I can imagine.
Cool. You can recognize this as the person who you had talked, that you had followed last night. You gonna do anything about that?
No. He's gonna keep his distance. Not like actually move, but he's not going to engage with him.
Okay.
People cloaked up like that usually have bad news.
Yeah. Makes a circuit of the room. And then just wanders over. Gets very wide for some reason.
He inflates.
He inflates. Actually, give me a deduction.
Gosh. Diddly darn it. Actually,
As he gets closer, you might notice something.
If it is seeing through illusions, that's generally an 8 save, not a deduction.
Not an illusion.
Man, I keep regretting not putting anything in deduction with all these freaking rolls.
Okay, yeah. The cloak is a little bit too billowy for you to make out what could be there. Either way.
I got a 19, by the way.
Oh, you got a 19.
Yeah.
So, Meatball, you smell rot. You smell rot. Raw meat. And you smell burnt flesh, I'll say.
Meatball will lean in to Ka'ul and just say, that guy's probably a butcher and hasn't taken a bath in 6 weeks.
Why would you say that?
He smells like bad kibble. Like, really bad.
I'm gonna roll 4d8. I'm giving myself advantage on this because I'm used to... But I'm rolling a deduction to see if I know what the... If I can interpret, Meatball.
Yep.
19. Yeah, so he probably gets that he's referring to rotten food, so...
Mm-hmm.
Specifically rotten meats.
Yeah. Well...
You hear a loud voice from the top of the deck call out, "Hey, we got a storm incoming! Just appeared over the horizon! Watch out!"
Notify me the moment we hear lightning.
Yep, will do. You haven't started hearing it yet, but it's not too far away. In fact, give me a moment. I'm gonna just do something. Okay.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that's D4. Okay, what's like 2 ones with, on a D, and that's a bad roll.
Yep.
I mean, still a bad roll, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Cole's gonna give a look around real quick, just to see if anybody's in the area.
Yeah, so there's some miscellaneous folks around here, 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 you know, just in the bunks. There's this one person right in this bunk just trying to do their best to not. Just not. Oh, perception. Oh! By the way, Kaz, or Skat, feel free to just ask me if you can give, or, oh, sorry. Either of you, feel free to just let me know if you want to use a different skill at any point. You know, just to suggest it. But yeah, Meatball, what are you perceiving?
Basically, I notice that Ka'ul is looking around trying to look for something, and he's like, "Oh, what are you trying to find?" And just starts looking around for anything that seems important. or dangerous.
I'm trying to see if we're alone. So we're not.
Not necessarily alone, but no one's within earshot if you're quiet. No one's really paying attention to you except for, well, yourselves.
Hey, what's that guy doing down in the hold? And Meatball just sticks his snout over the edge and looks underneath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking down in the hold, you don't really see much other than a just clattering and mess of boxes and chests.
Isn't that where the other guy went?
Yeah. He did go down there.
Meatball will look down there for a moment and look back up at Cool. It's like, whoa. That guy's Houdini.
Houdini, famous wizard. Known for very powerful spell,
rogue,
making a
actually,
very
skip
powerful
the
spell
border.
called Misty Step.
Makes sense.
Yeah. From what I can tell, he does that. The locks we're looking for is downstairs. I thought I hit it good, but apparently apparently the man upstairs found it.
Mm-hmm.
Went for the storm and more for the storm and hide it again.
You know, speaking of that man, he hops down. Comes over to you two.
Yeah, to be clear, that was hushed. So
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's not coming because
Right
of this.
before he jumped down, Meatball was about to suggest investigating the lower deck to find out where the guy went missing.
Hey.
what?
Ooh, hey, mister, you got another one of those treats?
No.
What?
Oh,
You two. There's something going on, and I think you two probably should be aware of it at the very least. Dockmaster was murdered. And I think that someone here may have done it. So I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm going to keep an eye on that cloaked man. Because I just realized his cloak is from that Fascia gang. And now I'm
Well,
going to let you know
we
that
just saw
I'm a
him
warden
disappear
of the
below deck.
seas. Yes. His bunk is down there. He insisted it be down there. I have made sure that all items are secured. And that there's no way for him to escape with that. Teleportation magic has been locked off from here. So, I'll just ask you again. How did you get on this boat?
We had tickets.
Why did your tickets come so late?
Well, apparently the dockmaster is dead, so that might explain a few things.
That might. You two will come into custody when we land. I will investigate this more fully then.
Under whose orders?
I am a warden of the seas. I am this ship's, let's say, guardian. And I'm here to make sure that there are no stowaways, no bandits, and certainly no pirates. Am I understood? like this. Not one bit. And he disappears up into the upper area.
Man, I'm so upset. I didn't take the I didn't take the tap of opportunity talent. This isn't funny anymore.